Good morning, everyone. We'll be starting in just 1 second. All right, here we go. Let's share the screen. We'll be starting in just a second, folks. All right, let's just turn my camera on so you can actually see me. That's usually pretty helpful. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning, and happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Hope everybody's doing well. Um, Clyde is doing something sneaky this morning. He's got a banana in the tailpipe going on, as you could see here. You got to watch this guy. He's a very frisky rascal, this Clyde. He'll put a banana in your tailpipe when you least expect it. Good morning, everybody. We got Omar here. Good morning, Omar. We got Jody. We got Steve. We got James. We got DP Varnick. We got Kevin. We got C. Fazio. We got Dave. Tibois. We got Rick. We got Jill. We got Javad. Hawkeye. Yuri's here. We got Mike. We got Devin. We got Culpable. Culp 28able. Lawrence, we got Kevin, we got Bancroft, we got Lloyd, Wayne, Solaire, John, Pat, Harold, Borg, Brian, Steve, Krish, Penny. Good morning. Good morning. David, Nathan. Good morning, Nathan. Bernie, the Bears here. Options Guy is here. Hello there from Canada. Hello there. Stacy, Catherine, Art, Don. We got Tim, we got Wade, we got Warren, we got Walter, we got Stan, Mark, Sandra, Gregory. Good morning, everybody. Wesley, Mark, Tara, Dave, Ray, George from Houston. Hey, George. Yeah, if you have a weird username, just put your real name afterwards. It's when you say hello, and it makes it easier for me to read it. Thank you, George. Deanna, James, Jesse, Moondog. Hey, Moondog. Hopium, Richard. Good morning, Richard. Richie, I gotta start calling you Richie. Whitco, Robert, John. We got who's this? Acme, Gregory. We got a lot of people here. Is what we got. Here, let me go back. I missed a whole bunch here. Missed a whole bunch here. We got Ray. We got Richard. We got Whitco, Robert, John, Acme football kicker. There we go. Carla. Hey, Carla. Gordon, Hefe, Julio, Moondog. No banana in the tailpipe here. Nope. Colette, Dave, Henry, Tom, Illinois grain farmer. Thank you for thank you all for the wonderful birthday wishes yesterday. You guys are just amazing, amazing. Thank you so much. You guys are great, and I got some really nice gifts too. Really nice gifts. Thank you very much for all of you. Robert, Deanna, Illinois grain farmer, Henry, Dave, Tom, William, PP from Spain. I love that. Kevin. We got Kevin here from Carlsbad. Hello, Kevin. Harriam, Charlie Clyde, Richard, Nicholas. Sorry, Nicholas. Grounder, Dragon Dawn is here. Cam. Hey, Cam. Frank, Bob. Thank you, Bob. Shamens, Becky, Patrick, Next Gen, Duzzy, Ivan, Barry. Hey, Barry. Freck. We got Greg. We got Hopium Addict. Hey, you finally figured out how to do it. Maybe you can post it for everybody so they could learn. They could do it too. It'll be easier for everybody. Mind, Tim, Richard, Armando, John. A lot of people are here. Texas, Kirk is here. Richard is here. Mary's here. Brendan's here. Scotty's here. Bob's here. Raj is here. Frank, Sin. Good morning, everybody. Sean is here. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Carlos. Good morning. Hope you guys are doing great. So, do you guys remember what I told you yesterday? I was really loud about it here. I was explaining to you how this price action right here is. Let me just go here. Showing you how this price action really can't sustain itself and how mags are way overdone and how SMH needs to cool off. It still feels much like that, okay? We're still in that world. Not much has changed. We started getting a little bit better sentiment yesterday, but not too much. So we'll talk about all that today. And also, I want you to remember something else that I said. Did you thank Jay Powell for your birthday rate cut? No, I didn't. No, I didn't. And I'll tell you why I didn't. And I'll tell you why I didn't. Because remember I warned you and told you all. And by the way, I was the only guy saying this that I'm still not 100% sure about December. They may be jumping to conclusions. It may be too much too fast. They take it on a case by case basis. Also, he actually said something smart yesterday. He said for the first time, he's now throwing the government under the bus. He's like, well, and I understand. He's like, things are going to get slower and sentiment is going to deteriorate if we can't get Fed data. So that's the other thing. It's hard for them to make these decisions if they don't have the data to make the decisions with. You understand? And which is not an excuse. That's a reality. It's something I've been saying. So that was the first banana in the tailpipe yesterday. Okay. That was the first banana in the tailpipe yesterday. The second banana in the tailpipe yesterday was Trump. He and China, did they sign anything? No. Remember, we're going to sign something? Did they sign something? No, they didn't sign anything. So there were two banana in the tailpipes yesterday. All right. And that's why Clyde has got his banana in the tailpipe. Also, I don't like the bond market. We'll get through all of this. Right now, we have divergence here. We have the Dow down about 140 points, which is not really all that much. But the NASDAQ is actually up, and this is where all the earnings came out yesterday. So I'm actually a little more concerned about this. I was hoping that the mega caps weren't going to roil the party, but they did not. They did not. They did not roil the party at all. Actually, the tech is actually up, insultingly insulting the blue chips that are down. Overall, whenever you have a fragmented market like this, it's hard to get directional bias. But I'm not expecting craziness in the market today like yesterday because we're done with the Fed data. But we may see follow through on all of the stocks that came out with earnings. Speaking of earnings, and again, I'm going to give you this sheet. It's a little late for the party, but here is here is the sheet in case you don't have it. And again, good morning, everybody, and thank you for being here. Let me just. Here we go. So the market's going to assimilate into its value Google, Meta, and Microsoft, and all of these other stocks. And Chipotle didn't do us any favors. Just when I learned how to pronounce it right, the stock started screwing up. I'm also looking forward to seeing how Carvana did Starbucks. These are retail stocks, and these are actually really important. CMG, Carvana, Starbucks, and eBay. I don't know which ones of these have already come out this morning. Chipotle, I know did. Let's see if Carvana did. CVNA. Yes, did disappointed horribly. Starbucks disappointed horribly. eBay disappointed horribly. Every one of these stocks is in a gap down right now. This is not good. I'm not liking what I'm seeing, folks. I'm not liking what I'm seeing. And then tonight, good morning, Don. Good morning, Gina. Always family, Kathleen, um, and Nicholas and Mr. Al Brown from Atlanta. Good morning. Okay, so they're all getting destroyed. Look at eBay. Look at CMG. Boom, big gap down. I think we may have a straddle strangle on one of these today. Let me actually write this down. These are really good candidates for straddle strangles, and I'll explain to you why today in the VIP room. Actually, let me make a little note of that. Sorry about that. Just giving myself a little update. How far into earnings season below we think we have representative sample of how earnings are going to be after this week, Hefe? And I'll give you an update. That's another thing. Let me do an earnings update today. Thanks, Hefe, for reminding me. I wanted to do those two things and I forgot them this morning, so I'm going to do them this afternoon. I'll answer your question, Hefe, in gross details, in great details this afternoon. I'll do a scorecard, okay? So this is not good. All of these are down right now. These are straddle strangle. Okay. Okay. And then tonight and today, we've got this to deal with. I know Lily already reported. Oh, these are already reported. What am I saying? We got Lily reporting, already reported. Let's see who this morning already reported to while we're at it. So I'm an idiot. I'm looking at Wednesday. Let's see. Guild, not yet. MO, oh yeah, not good. Roblox, not good. WDC, I don't know if they reported yet or not. Merck didn't do too bad. I mean, just not here, not there. Lilly killed it, which is great. BMY, not yet. MSTR, not yet. Coin, not yet. And Amazon and Apple tonight. So it's not looking that great. And I will give you an update tonight, but we got a lot of stuff. Now, folks, I want you to understand something. One of the reasons why we're not doing a lot of trading right now is because of this. You understand? This causes a lot of this to happen. You're I don't want our positions that have nothing to do with earnings to get caught up in the earnings frenzy. You understand? So we got to be extra careful. So I have to be extra surgically precision with how I put on trades right now. That's why I'm in the pit, for example. I'm being extra cautious, giving some bonus, non directional trades. Hopefully, we can start getting filled on some of these time spreads. But anyhow, I'm not loving what I'm seeing so far. I am not liking what I'm seeing so far. Not at all, actually. In terms of, here, let me delete this. As far as Fed data, this is going to be delayed. We're not going to hear GDP and we're not going to hear jobless claims today. We are going to hear from Fed speakers, and these auctions are not going to really help us. But Bowman and Logan are going to be speaking today. That will be interesting. But we don't have this data coming out. It's hard for the market to generate directional bias without Fed data, especially for the bond market. Speaking of the bond market, oh boy, here's where things get interesting. Do you guys remember what I told you yesterday? And I hate to say I told you so every 5 minutes, but I did tell you this in great details yesterday. Remember double top? This high is higher than this. We're coming off. If we come off and we go into here, we're going to traverse, and this is going to be support. Does anybody not remember? Does anybody not remember me talking about that yesterday? How I'm really concerned about the bond market because we have a double top and we couldn't get above, and that's the high and that's the lower high. And we're now and we were heading towards the 15-day, and I said if we break this level right here, which I drew for you about a month ago or 2 weeks ago, if we come here, we're going to go right to the VWAP. This is not good, folks. This lowers the odds that Fed is going to be lowering rates in December right here, and that puts pressure on the market. So now you got pressure from the bond. You've got this woo, and I warned everybody that I think we're getting a little too excited about December. Again, I hate to say I told you so, but I told you this, okay? Remember? And I was the only one. Remember, I was asking Kane, hey, Kane, what are the odds in December? Do you guys remember that you did? Yeah, you remember this, right? I was really, every time we mentioned interest rates, I said, I'm really confident about November, but I'm not 100%. They just kind of, I feel, so let me go back. I kind of feel like when the Fed decided to lower rates in September in last month, I kind of feel like December was packaged in without anybody really doing much thought. It was kind of like, oh, interest rates are going lower now and in December. And I was always like, well, the Fed made it very, very clear. The Fed made it very, very clear that, yeah, I remember yesterday really well. Yes, I do, Ed. That's what I'm talking about right now. Remember exactly what I said. I said that that if the bond market cools off, it's going to put pressure on the stocks, and I'm not liking this at all. So the audience, basically the public, just kind of assumed November and December, and I was like, don't make that assumption. And that's why I kept asking Kane, hey, what are the odds? Let's see what the odds are in December. It's not a done deal. And if anybody's going to come here and say I did not say that at least 30 times in the last month, then you guys are either lying, haven't been here, or haven't been paying attention. Because I've been saying it pretty much every day. All right. You guys remember that, right? I'm not making this up, right? I'm not like hallucinating, right? I just want to make sure that I said December is not a done deal. And I said it way before Powell did yesterday. So do I really think December's not a done deal? I don't know. I don't know because there's so much other stuff coming along right now and we're not getting Fed data. How can they decide what to do if they don't have the right data? It's kind of like trying to make a decision on tariffs without knowing what the tariffs will be. They need that information, okay? They need that information. And folks, by the way, if you're just coming in here right now, some housekeeping. Yep, that's what you've been saying. That's exactly what I've been saying. You did. All right, all right. That's what I thought. Oh, cool. Cam, that's what we're going to be doing. I'll tell you what our agenda is in a minute. Borg says, yes, you did. Okay, just want to make sure I'm not, I want to make sure I'm not leaving you guys high and dry here, okay? Okay, that's what, so first things first, please make sure you're watching at 1080p. I want to make sure I'm watching at 1080p. See how it says auto 1080p? That ain't good. Force 1080p. Otherwise, it'll just downgrade you. Okay. All right. You've been saying that, and I thought of you when he made that statement. Well, thank you, Beatrice. Thank you for being honest. I appreciate it. Thank you. Bob says, Pat says, yeah, okay, okay. I just want to make sure that I'm having hard hearing and still heard you. Oh, my goodness. All right. Okay. Just wanted to make sure that I'm not losing my mind. Because sometimes I say things, I say a lot of things, you know. All right. 1080p. And if you're there and if this is helpful to you, please give us one thumbs up. Just one time. Okay. One time. Thank you, folks. It means a lot to Google. It doesn't mean much to me, but it means much to Google. It means that we're doing something right here. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm going to get a shirt Uncle Roger picked saying you told us so. Thank you, Josie. Thank you. Actually, one of our valued members yesterday, I got a nice package in the mail. She sent me a Mont Blanc pen, a real expensive Mont Blanc pen. So thank you for doing that. I appreciate it. I'll show it off and give her name in the VIP room today. But it was very nice of you, and thank you. Thank you for doing it. I really do appreciate it. Very kind of you. You really didn't need to do that, but thank you. So the bond market is coming to the VWAP right here. This folks is the quarterly VWAP, okay? That's a support level. We're either going to bounce off this level or we're going to come up, okay? If we bounce from this level, we're going to probably come back here. That's going to be determined by, and this is what you want to pay attention to, whether sentiment shifts back to interest rates going down in next month or not. And again, I have a big question mark. And I'll be honest with you, one of my biggest question marks is not because of the economy. It's because we don't have the data. You understand? It's not because I'm saying the economy's bad. It's because we just don't have the data. And I don't know how to make a decision on whether economy is improving or not if we don't have the hard data. How am I supposed to make a decision without GDP? I'm a numbers guy, and I know the Fed are, well, they're political, but they're supposed to be number people. And this is important. This is important. Like, I would really like to know if this number's getting above 250,000 today. There you go, Rod. If you refresh during a session, you have to reset to 1080 quality. There you go. Thank you for saying that. Thank you, Jill, for posting that. Thank you for doing that, Jill. Thank you for doing that. Thank you, guys. Thank you, all of you. Nice feedback. So again, one of the reasons why I think the Fed may be pausing is not because the data is not good or bad. It's they just don't know what it is, and that's a responsible thing to do. Hey, and to be honest with you, I think that would put some pressure on the government to actually. I never thought of it that way actually, but that may actually put some pressure on the government to actually resolve this 30-day government shutdown. Hey, we don't have data. So I'm thinking that Powell should put pressure on Trump and say, hey, finish this. Put pressure on Pelosi, on Democrats, put pressure on everybody and say, hey, let's finish this because we can't, the federal, we can't make decisions without the data. So that's all I'm trying to say here. We need the data. Sold to Fluence Energy yesterday. Thought it would go down. Well, we'll see how that goes, House Specialist. We'll see how that goes. So again, please keep an eye on the bond market. If this breaks this level with gusto, this line right here, which I also drew for you about a month and a half ago, we're going to go to the 50-day line, and it's going to put substantial weakness on the sentiment of the market. What if TLT doesn't bounce? What's the next? Right here. It's right here. It's the 50-day. That's what I'm talking about right now, Jeremiah. It's the 50-day moving average. And look, you've got a lot of stuff here. Okay, so there's a real strong here. Let me just extend this. Okay, right here. There's a lot of stuff here. A lot of stuff here. Look at how many support levels we have. We have this line. We have this line. There's a lot of stuff here. So if it comes down here, it's going to stay here for quite some time. I don't know if it will. I think that it's 100% determined by Fed sentiment, and Fed sentiment is not here to give us anything. So it's a problem, okay? So this is the next level right here. It's the 50-day moving average. And if it takes out that, it's right here. The 50-day, the 200-day, and the year-to-date VWAP. And if it breaks this level, we're below the one-year low. Right now, we're at the quarter level, which is right here, which is September levels. Basically, anybody who bought right here is about to lose money. Anybody who bought from September 18th is about to start losing money if we break down this level. And that's a fact. This is a VWAP. This is not a moving average. Sorry, I'm going so slow here, but this is really important. And folks, one of the biggest giveaways was that here. One of the biggest giveaways was that this high was higher than this high. Remember I said it has a little circle on it? If this high was higher than this high, I would probably take a pullback trade off of this, but this is a lower high. So we're continuing lower highs, and that's not good. And everything I just said, I've said to you guys at least 3 to 4 times every day going through this. How we have a little circle here. Please don't say I didn't say it, because I did very, very descriptively. We talked about this whole scenario turning out exactly like this. I gave you this level. I'm giving you now this level. This level happens. This is like my A-line levels. When you have two levels next to each other, they become really important. So this is the level generated by the computer, and this is by the AVWAP, and this is a level generated by me. So me and the technicals are virtually near the same level. So when you have two confirmations here, that's a pretty strong support. But if we do break this support, right here is the next level, and we're going to sit here for a while. And please don't say I didn't say this, because I'm saying it, and I'm going to say it over and over again. I don't change my opinions very often. I don't. It's like a movie. Every day we continue with the movie, okay? Okay. Okay. Let me just see what the bond market's doing right now. And by the way, the bond market, just so you know, the bond market has been breaking down in real time since last night. Look, you see that? Since 7 a.m. we've been, well, actually no, since 4 o'clock in the morning we've been in a sideways channel, and then again, I guess since 7 o'clock for the last 2 hours we've been just going straight down. All right, straight down. See how we are? We're not bouncing. We're making new lows right now. That's not good. Let's see, SPY, and you could see what's happening to the SPY. You could see what's happening to the SPY. Folks, we're not going to stay at this level. I'll get into all of this. I'll get into this. Democracy is not our way or the highway. GOP seems to think so. Negotiations have always been our way. When nobody gets they want, not happening now. I don't know, Sylvia. You too, Omar. You have a wonderful day. I'll post your testimonial in just a bit. I usually wait till about 10 o'clock. But great job yesterday. Great job. Omar did really, really great. I'll post his email later. Thank you, Omar. You have a great day. He's in a different time zone. He's in France. Okay, gold. What is the gold doing? Well, we're still sitting here, this area. We haven't moved down yet. We haven't moved down. We're still in this area. Now, as I mentioned before, if this area breaks, we're going down to right here. That's the next level. Somebody asked me about levels. The levels are right here. The levels are right here. Here's the next level. This is the year to date gold level. If we break here, and that's the 50-day. And there's a lot of support here, but I'm not so sure this is going to break. We need to see this break down a little bit. So far, we haven't, and we've been here now for 2.5 days. Remember, this is today's session right now. This is the futures. This is the overnight market. That's why I'm using futures in the morning, because they're showing you what happened overnight. Crude oil. What's crude oil doing? I'm actually really curious about crude oil. Crude oil looks like it's coming right to this support level. Remember, I drew this line for you, and I didn't draw this last night. I drew this a long time ago. We're either going to stay here or we're going to come right back down. My opinion is we're going to go lower. My opinion, we're going to go lower because we are starting to see a slowdown in the economy, and we're starting to see lower highs. Now, remember the example I showed you with the bond market? Right here, lower high, higher high, lower high, we go down. Take a look at the exact same thing that's happening with crude oil, but on a much, much bigger time frame. We make higher high, lower high, and we break down, lower high, and we break down. See how the highs are getting lower? If this high was higher than this high, I would treat this scenario differently, just like I would treat this scenario differently. But see how this high is higher than this high? Lower high. Same thing with crude oil, just over a different time frame. If I was to switch to weekly, you would see it would look just like gold. It would look like this if I switch to weekly. As a matter of fact, let me just try it to see how it looks. I haven't done it yet, but oh, weekly looks almost the same. See higher, see higher high. See how the highs are getting lower, and boom. Okay. So again, we're making lower highs. Lower highs lead to lower breakdowns. So I think this is the next high, and we're going to break this level, and we're going to start coming down here. Okay. Thanks, Moondog. Okay. So right here, we're at a critical junction, if you will, right now. And if and funny that I mentioned that because you may want to make a little note. Oxy's on my Oxy OXY. It's a stock that's on my short list right now. And if we break here, Oxy will look a lot more attractive as a short because you're going to have tailwind from the energy market. You may want to write that down, folks. Oxy, it's the third stock on my short list. We're going to revisit it again, but just keep an eye on crude oil because if crude oil drops, it'll make it much easier for Oxy to drop for obvious reasons. Okay. Hopefully, you guys are getting some benefit out of this presentation today. Now, let me give you guys some links. Okay. So let me talk about this for a second. Today, we're gonna have a VIP room, as we always do. And again, I want to thank you all for such nice birthday wishes. You guys are just amazing, amazing yesterday. That's okay, Moondog. You, as long as it's relevant to our conversation, I like people talking. I just don't like when people break up the conversation into something that we're not and take it to a different direction. I want everybody to focus on the movie that we have in front of us right now. So today I'm going to talk about my top stocks, and I'm going to give you options. I haven't done that in a while. I'm going to talk about the lowest risk day trading opportunities, why I avoid initiating positions first half hour of the day. I'm going to talk about, I'm going to give you an earnings scorecard, talk a little bit about straddle strangles, and show you when there's some really good examples today with CMG, Carvana, Starbucks, and BBY with straddles and strangles. I'll talk about bonds and I'll talk about how to use market internals. So again, top stocks with options. It's going to be a really dynamic session. You guys will want to record. Well, I'll record it, but I'll give you a link for it. Lowest risk day trading opportunities, why I avoid initiating positions during the first half hour of the day. I'm going to do a special on market internals and show you how they're used and how we use them for day trading. And I'm going to talk about straddle strangles because they're coming up right now. Okay, that should only take a few minutes. So we got a great session today, and from what I understand, Cam is going to be talking about a lines, A lines as well, which is going to be really fantastic. I really appreciate you doing that, Cam. Thank you. And Cam, if you don't mind, I know you're here. I know you and Gustavo are here. Would you please ask Josiah? Would you please reach out to Josiah and ask Josiah to schedule me next week for sometimes in your room so I could do an appearance and hang out with you guys in there, okay? Next week. If you, Carolina or Josiah, if you don't mind doing that for me, okay? Because I'm going to forget. So please, please do that, and I'll come in for about half an hour next week, like around 11 to 11:30, okay? And hang out with you guys. Customer service live. So folks, be careful. We have a little miniature descending triangle right here. Here. See that? We got a miniature descending triangle. We have a level here, and if we break down, it's not gonna be good for energy prices. Yeah, he is great. He is great. Yep. Goose Class 88. There you go. Okay, China. What about China? Well, let's talk about US dollar first, okay? So US dollar is still in this compression. Let's take a closer look. Looks like it wants to get out of this compression. This is a very nice compression, a real nice compression. And if we get out of this compression, and we haven't gotten out of it, we got to get above 90, write this down, 99,305. We got to get above 99,305, and then we have to get above this level right here. Basically, we need to get above 98.40. Need to get above this level, and then the next level's here. But I really like how it's looking. I like how it went down and couldn't break the level and then came back up. This is a really nice setup for a breakout to the upside. So I'm hoping this is a breakout to the upside. Now, if this happens, it's not that great for the stock market, but it's good for our economy, okay? And it means we're getting closer to well, at least if I'm saying if it does this, we're getting closer to getting a little more comfortable with the tariffs. Okay, getting a little more comfortable with the tariffs. We live in a bifurcated economy. People with money are aware of the pain, but they're weathering it just fine. Those living paycheck to paycheck are making tough decisions. Yes, it is widening. It is widening a lot. I'll never forget your birthday. It's the day before my anniversary. Well, happy anniversary, Rebecca. Happy anniversary to you. You're so right. Congress has been on 6-week vacation and getting paid. Yeah, they have. It's true. So folks, right here, I like this. I like this, but we need to get above this area. So we'll keep an eye on that. China had a major cool off yesterday, but we're still at the 50-day average, and I'm liking this trend. I mean, it's hard to kind of make heads or tails out of China right now, but as long as we stay in this area, we're okay. I mean, they just made like a 50-year high or something like that, something crazy like that. All right. All right, let's talk about catalysts. Catalysts. You guys have been very patient today. Let's talk about catalysts. Oh, I forgot Bitcoin. Bitcoin. Let's talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin it huffed, it puffed. The folks that had that coin trade, some of you guys actually made money on it. Some of you broke even, and some of you took a loss. That bonus trade I gave, but it's coming back down here. Um, what I want to see is a trend line. I want to see this trend line stay. Otherwise, we're going to come right back here, come down. And this is the future, so this takes into account today's session. I want to see if we break this little consolidation or not. So far, I'm not loving it right now. I'm not loving what I'm seeing at all. I agree, Bob. They should not be getting paid. I agree with you. Couldn't agree with you more. Let me just switch my okay. All right. All right. Sorry about that. All right, let's get into it. What are the catalysts for today, folks? What are the catalysts? We don't have Fed data today. We don't have GDP and we don't have jobless claims. We have Fed speakers, but what are the catalysts? Can anybody tell me? Okay, Minnesota Matt, Fed speakers, MAGs, healthcare. Yep. Consumer staples, consumer discretionary, communication, and bonds going down. I would say I don't know about bonds going down being a catalyst, but yes. Let's see. You got it right. You got most of them right. Yeah. I got MAGs, consumer discretionary, consumer staples, healthcare, communication, bonds. Yep. 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 I got it. Same thing as you. Same thing as you. Okay. And folks, by the way, if you're just coming in here, we have about 50% more people than so I better tell this to folks. Please make sure you're watching at 1080p right here. Just click this gearbox right here. Oops. And make sure you're at 1080p, not at, I don't know why it's giving me such a hard time, but right here. Make sure you're watching at 1080p, okay? And if you don't mind, give us a thumbs up right over here. Thank you so much. I figure while you guys are writing the catalysts, I'll Max, Fed, consumer, yeah, consumer staples, consumer discretionary, healthcare. Yes, all that is on there. We got it all. Okay, let's talk about this. Investors wait the outcome of highly anticipated Z meeting, mixed big tech earnings, and a cautious Fed. Well, honestly, that summarizes that really summarizes where we're at right now. Okay, that really summarizes where we're at right now. Okay, really does summarize, everything for us really, really well. President Trump and Z met in person for the first time in 6 years on Thursday, emerging from what Trump described as an amazing meeting, but there's no signatures. Remember, I told you nothing's going to get signed. I told you nothing is going to get signed. There's nothing going to get signed. So basically, they had an amazing meeting and they agreed to agree to something to agree in the future. Announced that fentanyl tariffs would be lowered from 20 to 10%, effective immediately. The decision was part of a broader framework to ease trade tensions, which Trump included China agreeing to lift restrictions on the global trade of its rare earth elements, till China pisses him off again in a couple of weeks and he again pulls a fast one on them. I want to see signatures. I want to see a contract. You know, that thing that people sign where they can't go back and forth anymore. I know, call me old fashioned. Call me old fashioned. I know, I know. Thanks, Walter. I appreciate it. I think you got them all right there. Yeah, just nonsense. The meeting's outcome was broadly in line with expectations. Okay. Google, Meta, and Microsoft all came out. They seem to be offsetting each other. Right now, we're still, it looks like we're not positive anymore. It looks like the market's now kicking into negativity. Now we have beyond random downside pressure on the market right now. Now we got some downside pressure. I hate to say I told you so. Notice I have not been buying a lot of tech stocks, mostly defensive stocks, or stocks that are in line with the bigger picture. Okay. Market is not liking this right now, but we don't have disparity right now. And tonight we have Apple and Amazon coming. The federal committee voted 10 to 2 to lower target range by three-quarter to they're lowering it. In a post-meeting, officials reiterated the job gains have slowed. Really? No. You kidding me? You mean Amazon and UPS laying off 10, 20% of their employment is not enough? Yeah. In a post-meeting statement, officials reiterated the job gains have slowed and noted that the risk to employment rose in recent months. Yes, it has. Meanwhile, inflation described economic growth as moderate and stated that inflation has moved up. Really? You mean the fact that the growth was that inflation was 3% versus 3.1%? That didn't give you enough. I mean, they're amazing. It's like they live in a different world. Remember what I said? We have two problems. We have inflation and we have unemployment, and they have no idea what to do about it because one helps the one and hurts the other. We're in a real interesting pickle right now. The contract doesn't mean anything to China. Well, at least we can enforce it legally, you know? Does it mean anything to us, Jim? Jerome Powell threw some cold water on market expectations for a rate cut in December. I told you a month ago he was going to do that because he said we're taking it month by month and we don't have any Fed data. The committee discussion at this meeting, there was strongly different views about December. A further reduction in the policy rates at our December meeting is not a foregone conclusion, far from it. There you go. Who else was saying that? Nobody else. When it was 96% priced into the market, what was I saying? I'm concerned about December. Fed chair also noted that the absence of economic data during the ongoing federal shutdown could prompt policymakers to take a more cautious approach. Yeah, you would think, right? If you don't have the data to make your decision, you would think you would take a more cautious approach, right? I mean, duh. I mean, it's like never sign a contract. Yeah, well, hey, that means they may not have to sign a contract if the Supreme Court doesn't decide in Trump's favor in November, Bob. There may not be a contract. That's the problem. You see, we have a lot of unforeseeability right now. Futures have priced in a 70% chance of a rate cut. It went from 96% to 70% overnight. I still think they're going to do it, but I'm a little more skeptical than I was before. Yes, we are breaking down, Thomas. That's what I've been saying. Sylvia says, I couldn't believe all the job cuts from private companies I saw yesterday. On top of the Fed cut, jobless numbers will be way up on the next report. When we get the next report, Sylvia, when we get the next report, whenever that may be. Nvidia rose 3%. President Trump says he plans to discuss chip makers. I'm not. Teradyne jumped more than 20%, was top percentage gainer. Caterpillar surged over 11%, was the top percentage gainer. FI plummeted more than 44%, top percent losers on the S&P. They cut its full year adjusted guidance, not good. Pending home sales were unchanged, but slightly weaker than expectations. Today, we're going to be pricing in Lilly, MasterCard, Apple, Amazon, Merck, Guild, and Philip Morris, Altria. And I'll give you an earnings update today. Way too many loose ends. Too many loose ends, way too many loose ends. Investors will also part comments. We got Bowman and Logan speaking. I can't wait to hear what they have to say. Meanwhile, the government shutdown is 30 days in with no clear resolution. In light of the government shutdown, we're not going to get GDP or jobless claims today. And I have no idea how the Fed, unless they're mind readers, how they're going to be able to extrapolate data that they need for December without this information. If you guys know how, please tell me because I don't. 10-20% PS drop by year end should be welcome for us both and create a buying opportunity. I don't know about that. I don't know about 20%. I don't know about that. I'm not putting any numbers on it. Europe is down 0.29 this morning as investors digested corporate earnings and all the. Basically, Europe is just down a hair. China closed lower after the high stakes meeting that amounted. Now, why did Trump say we're going to sign contracts? He knows damn well there are. So let me explain something to you. There has not been a contract published. There is not a contract that's been written yet. Why did he go and say we're going to sign contracts? And I called him out on that yesterday. I said there is no contract. He's not going to sign anything if there isn't any contract. But why did he say that? See, that's what bothers me. Why not just not say anything? Why say we're going to sign contracts? There is no contracts. That's what I don't like. I don't like when people just say things. Just say things, you know? Anyways, don't get me started. To the downside, been on Uncle Roger's down list for many times. But we don't trade during earnings. Again, I just don't understand the need to say things for the sake of saying things. I don't understand. Look into the crystal ball of Fed data. There you go. That's right. He has a concept of a plan. Okay, well, let me know when there's actually an agreement that's supposed to be the size of a phone book. I don't know about lying, but why say things like that? Just why say things like we're going to sign a contract? Uh, it's the Trump TV show. Tune in tomorrow. All right. Japan closed above the flat line today after Bank of Japan left its policy unchanged. Equities are slept in choppy trading. President Trump and Chinese Z concluded their highly anticipated summit. Utility and financial stocks advanced on Thursday while retail and technology retreated. He can't help. I see. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I don't have a solution, but I mean, like, why say things like that? He was hoping, trying to talk up the market. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, you guys have your own reasons. I don't know why he did it, but he just says things. I don't know. I can't get into his head. He probably means well, you know. Google surged 7%. Very nice. Meta slumped 7%. So everything we gained on Google, we're offsetting with Meta. Microsoft fell 3%, offsetting us some more. And Chipotle didn't do us any favors. And the market is down slightly beyond random right now. All right. What about volatility? How's volatility looking? Remember yesterday I gave you several red flags and told you I will be shocked. Forward learned about contracts. I'll be a little shocked. He forward leaned about contract. He did. He said we're gonna looks like we're gonna sign contracts. He did say that. I mean, we were talking about it yesterday. He said he wasn't going to touch the East Wing either. Right, the movie theater is no longer there. He did say that too. You're right. You're right. He did say that. True. Good point. Good point. All right. So I think volatility is ready to go a little higher. I think we've bottomed out here, and I think we're about to go higher. I find it weird that volatility closed lower yesterday. I know it's going to skyrocket up to about 17, 18. So keep an eye on volatility today. Okay. Um, let's show you something else that's, and I talked about this earlier this week. Look at the number of stocks making 20-day highs. We're now at 211. Yesterday we came in at 226. The day before that we came in at 370. So, and before that we were down again 249. So, we're coming off that momentum rush that we've had. Let's see how stocks are looking within their sectors, okay? Well, we got semiconductors, we got technology, we got QQQ, we got S&P, we got Bitcoin. This is looking fantastic. But then we have a problem. We have Dow Jones and consumer discretionary is here and communication is here. But look at how they looked beginning of this week. Communication was down here, but consumer was up here. So we're looking kind of like what we did beginning of this week. Tuesday cooled off a little bit, communication. Wednesday, communication. So we're getting a little tighter up. I like this. I like this. The only problem I'm having here is the Dow Jones. The Dow Jones needs to come off. But this is starting to look attractive. So let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater. And folks, we may have uh, okay. See you later, Helen. See you later. Why is there even a movie theater there? I don't know. I don't know. I didn't put one there. All right. So right now, yeah, no problem. Um, we have some degree of clarity here. We have some degree of directional bias right here. So hopefully today, this downside move will just be a lot of volatility and will close higher. We're going to keep an eye on the bond market tremendously to see if it breaks this level. Then you see we can't care trick logical of it and lies and hope and movie. The next is called chaos. I don't know, Sylvia. I don't have any comments on that. I just know that he said that we're going to sign agreements, and I'm like, well, you need to first have an agreement to sign an agreement. That's all I'm saying, folks. I'm not trying to argue about whether he's good or not, or whether he or lie. I'm just saying that why say things that are, anyways. I don't understand. That's all I'm saying. I don't understand the logic behind it. So this is what we're going to be looking at really closely today, like really, really, really closely today. Now, let's do some levels. Let's do some levels for you, okay? Got to do some levels for you. All right. All right. Spy. Whew, look at how well these levels have held. Let's delete these levels. Let's delete these levels so I can give you new levels, shall we? And I'll post all these for you guys so you'll have them. Again, today's going to be my last day working from home. After today, I'll be in the office, but as usual, as you guys know, I always do my morning sessions from the house. Look at that, 2 touches right there. Okay, let me get these for you. These are intraday 5-minute levels. That's true. That's very true. Swiss. That's a good point. You really sometimes logic and politics just don't make sense. That's very true too. That's a good point. I'm not trying to turn this into a political discussion. I just made one comment about yesterday. That's all. Okay. I mean, the truth is, we all want the same thing. We all want this country to be amazing and prosper. That's the bottom line. Spy in overnight levels. There we go. Remember, I haven't given you my large caps for the day. Okay. Let me give these to you. Let's go right here. All right. QQQ overnight levels. There you go. SMH. Let's do SMH overnight levels, shall we? Race. Perfect. I think we got it all. You got it all. SMH levels. There we go. Let's do mags. Look at mags, by the way, how well they held on to everything. It's pretty good. Folks, bear with me. I'm just going to do these levels. Does Congress need to get involved to actually make a long-term tariff? The theater thought didn't don't get caught in the minutes thrown out there to give talkheads something to talk about. Praying for the country, Teresa will set you free. Yeah, I'll pray that stops lying. I don't know about that. I don't want to get into all of that. Um, but it's been rough. It's been a rough ride. No, that's it. It's very sloppy price action at night on the mags. See something here. Right there. Right there's another one. Okay. Almost there, folks, and then we'll get into the large cap and my full-on analysis. These are the mag levels, mags. Something we definitely need to pay attention to today because they've been going down since 7 in the morning. And TLT, let's do TLT. Let's erase these. Look at TLT just going straight down. A lot of levels here. It's a lot of stair steps, unfortunately. Unfortunately. Okay. Sorry about that, but there's a lot of stuff going on at night with the bond market for obvious reasons. TLT levels. All right. Last one, Russell 2000. See, I don't have to get out of here today. I can just stay right where I'm at. Last day. I don't rush. But the new office is only about 6 minutes away, so I don't have to drive very far to get there. Okay. That should do it. Actually, hold on. Okay. I'm hoping that this is helpful for you guys because I am spending a lot of time drawing them up. Look at that. I give you pre-morning levels. I give you small caps. I give you large caps. Give you a lot of stuff here. IWM levels. The only thing I need to get is Clyde to help me out sometimes. Okay. And make settlement harder. Maybe, Adam. I don't know. I don't know. A lot of good questions, but I don't have the answers. Good questions. Look at the bond market. It's not helping us. And futures are down a bit. NASDAQ is definitely coming off. Okay. Um, Let me give you intraday levels. Intraday levels. Actually, sorry. Let me give you small caps now. Hold on. We had two that hit yesterday, but one of them hit at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's a little too late. Probably would not have taken it. Okay, let's take a look and see what's buzzing this morning, if anything. Okay. VCIG above 555. VIVC above 512. I believe it's 512. Yeah, 512 is fine. My dogs are going crazy again today. Yeah, I'm doing small caps right now. Ooh, this one looks great. INTS. Above 90 cents. 90 cents. Oh, they're going nuts right now. HBIO. Above 72 cents. No. GLE. Above 135. This would be good if it can get past this area because that's the 100-day line right there. There's some support there. LMFA. 145. ARBB. 985. We're coming to an end here. Just a lot of stucks today that are going crazy. MBRX. Above 75 cents. Okay. That's right, Richard. He's a jokester. ARBB greater than 985. Good. 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 VCIG greater than 555. VIVC greater than 512. INTS greater than 90. MBRX greater than 75. Good for you guys. Good for you. HBIO greater than 0.72. GLE greater than 135. And LMFA greater than 145. Let me see something that GLE. Yep, that was the right ticker. Those are the right tickers, guys. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I must have missed one. It seems these levels would be programmed on your very expensive indicator we purchased. It would save you 10 minutes every morning and then the time 700 people putting it on. Yes, Carla, the problem is my very expensive indicator that you bought, can't do that because these levels need visuals. Computer can't do them. Do you understand, Carla, why I'm giving them to you? So if my very expensive program that you bought could do it, then I would put it in there for you. Okay? Yeah. She's not talking about the small cap. She's talking about my levels. Carla, do you understand what I just said? I want to make sure you understand what I just said. VIVC 512. VIVC. IVC greater than 512. Yeah, you see what Goose just said, Carla. Price action is unpredictable. The program can't do that because the program can't get it to the level of my eyes. once it can, I will definitely put that in there, Carla, so that it doesn't do that. Capiche, Carla? Any other questions? Let me know. I'm here for you, Carla. Okay. And I never got an email from you regarding those any questions about small caps or levels or anything like that. So please make sure you send me an email, Carla, if you have any other questions. But yeah, you can't do it. If a computer could do it, then it would save me a lot of time. The problem is computers can't do that yet. We're not there yet. And actually, that gives us a big edge because folks who rely on computers are not going to get all that stuff. All right. Now that we've answered Carla's question, let's move on to something else. A lot of trolls on this internet thing. Yes, yes, yes. These levels are a moving target. They're absolutely right. Yeah, Carla had a question about these levels, and then I answered them, and then I thought you had your answer, Carla, when I explained to you they're only used intraday, but I guess you have other questions. Email me. Did I get a ticker symbol wrong? Hold on, VIVC. No, you're right. It's VIVS. Yes, VIVS. Let me put that in again. VIVS. Thank you for that. Yep, VIVS. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. 512. Well, they've been up a while, Raj. Why should they be up? They didn't get anything signed yesterday. There was no agreement signed. It's just more of the same. Okay. All right. Notice volatility's coming up. Let's do shorts first. CHTR. Beautiful short. And I gave you this one here. I gave it to you here, and I'm giving it to you again here. Okay? Don't say I don't give you good stuff. It's not the first time I'm giving you this stock. On holdings. Oxy. Remember Oxy, crude oil. If crude oil starts coming off, remember Oxy? Philip Morris. Looks like SPY might have bottomed out for the intraday session. Philip Morris. Four. Yeah, it's Sylvia. It is VIVS. You're right. Absolutely right. Okay. Nice bearish stock. I've been giving you this one for a while now. Eat. This one looks good enough to eat. A little overextended. I would hold off on this one. Orly. You too, John. You too. Wait for this to break the 200. It's got to break the 200 first, okay? Wait for this to break the 200. Be patient with it. Once it breaks, you got floodgates opening up right there. That's a beauty right there. AMT, that's a nice one. KMX. Very nice looking short. Very nice looking short. Circle that here too. Remember, we're in earnings though, so everything's a little out of whack right now. Okay. Okay, now let's look at the long side. GE. No, the small caps, you don't have to worry about the first half hour, just during market hours, but not like after like usually before lunchtime or like say 1 o'clock. You don't want to go too deep after lunchtime on them. But no, that's for large caps. And I'll explain why today in the VIP room, why we don't do anything in the first half hour. Why I call that offset hour, amateur hour. That's where well, I'll explain it in the afternoon, but that's when you have the most FOMO. And you want to trade when you have the least FOMO. Best Buy, CNC. It's a nice breakout right there on CNC. Palantir. Yep, it is Hefe. Beautiful grinder. Palantir. Tesla. Can you imagine? Tesla's on my list. I don't know about today, but this is what it looks like right now. Remember, I told you right here, I never give you a day trade if it's not a good swing trade. Okay. WBD. Yep. It's a nice look. Discovery. Cores. Nice looking stock. Cores. TSM, Taiwan Semiconductor. It's a nice looking stock. Again, remember, this is right now. This is what we're dealing. This is what we're looking at right here. This is today. That doesn't count. We don't know how it's going to open, what it's going to do. So we're looking at it like that. Okay. Which looks beautiful. Okay. Applied material too, although they're like this, so you can't do both. Above that price. It has to be above that price during regular market hours, Steve. Okay. Applied materials. Please, one to a customer. Taiwan Semiconductor and AMAT have very high correlation. Halliburton. Now, this is interesting. Energies are going down. Look what this stock is doing. That's very, very attractive. That's relative strength right there. Elon, animal health. A lot of healthcare stocks are looking good. That's looking really nice. And Guardian Health. Oh, forget it. Earnings. Forget it. Forget Guardian Health. Okay. So, overall, what are we dealing with today? The big things I want you guys to pay attention to is this. See the SPY? See this level right here? That's 681.92. If we break this level, we're going to come down to the 8-day EMA, which we need to do desperately. And I've been telling you we're getting too far from the 8-day. So we need to break this level. Nothing good's going to happen until we break this level. Mega caps. Here, QQQ. Let me do QQQ. QQQ, we got to break this level right here. Got to get to the 8-day EMA, 624.08. Got to get down here. Okay. SMH. We need to get down here. We need to get down here. Now, I want you guys to understand something. To go from here to here is not a big deal. It's 1 day, 1 or 2 days. We need to see that happen. We need to see that happen. If you look at RSP, and by the way, everything I told you, I'm telling you right now, I warned you was going to happen yesterday. And I would love for somebody to tell me that I didn't say it yesterday, because I did. I showed you the RSP. I showed you that it was already coming down. I showed you how overextended we are. This is all just the continuation of what we talked about yesterday. Okay. So folks, be careful. We're just getting choppy on RSP, but we're at a key level. QQQE, we're actually starting to come up a little bit. So we may just see what I think we're seeing right now is a balancing of the large caps coming back to reality. Okay. I don't have any signs that the market is breaking down yet. We're going to keep an eye on the bond level. The bonds should come down right here. Here, actually, I can just extend this. Bonds should stay here and start coming back up, which would be bullish for the market, or they need to come down here. But notice everything I'm pointing to, even if the SPY comes down here to this area right here, even if the SPY does that, we're not talking about a huge move. We're talking about correcting the last week and a half. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. It's not a big move. We may have to take some heat. I'm not seeing major selling pressure. I'm seeing rebalancing, a rebalancing. Can I show SPY again? Yeah, I'm pointing it right now. Peanut, I'm showing it to you right here. 683.80 is that level. And here, there's another one right here at the 8 day, 680. But if we lose all this, we don't lose all that much. So we may have a lot of volatility, but I don't think the world's coming to an end. I don't think we're having a crash. I don't think anything like that. We just need to balance out between the equal weighted and the mags. That's all I'm seeing at this point. I'll be updating you at noon. Yeah, put the call ratio stable right now. It's not really doing anything crazy. Let me show it to you. I usually avoid showing it to you unless it's really doing something. Uh, I got to get out of here. I got to get ready for the morning. See how it'll change right now. Watch. See that? It shifted right there. That's why I never look at it till the morning. See how we're just staying in this area? How we can't get bounced from this area? That's a problem. And that's what I was saying yesterday too, that we're kind of coming, we're not bouncing fast enough. We need to bounce over here. Today, we're going to see some put buyers today. So this should start coming up. All right. Thank you all for being here. Please, please, please visit the VIP room today. I will be, I'll be on fire today. All right. Here's the link for that. And here's the link for customer service live. And folks, just remember one thing. Remember one thing. Be careful of the banana in the tailpipe today. Okay? Thanks all for being here. Love you all. Thank you. Thanks all. And Carla, if you have any questions about those levels, just email me. I'll gladly answer any questions you have. Okay? Thanks, guys. We'll see you soon. Bye, everybody. All right. See you later. Have a great day. And thank you for the wonderful wishes, everybody. All right.